Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Destiny, and I'm so happy to welcome you all to another episode of the Boss Podcast. Today, we have three special individuals talking about certain topics that have plagued the crypto space for the past 5 or 6 years now. And we're talking about whether Bitcoin is centralized or not. And another argument has been around since Ethereum popped up, basically since the token era came around in 2014. And that topic is blockchain more important than Bitcoin, or is Bitcoin more important than the blockchain? So the three people we contacted were Chris Ani, the CEO of Crypto Hub, Ajulu, the founder of the Sound Money magazine, which is going to be out in a very short while, and finally Mr. Yomi Atkins. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrongly. Let's just flow with it. Let's just go with it, yeah? But Mr. Yomi is a big-time crypto trader. He has been trading in the crypto space for far longer than I have, and he also has knowledge in stock and forex trading. All participants got into the crypto space more than 2 years ago and have a very sound knowledge on crypto, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and everything around that, basically. So before we even get into the opinions of several individuals, I'd like to talk about the genesis of these topics. So stay tuned and listen. So welcome back. The first topic that we'll be dealing with is whether Bitcoin is centralized or not. And this stems from the fact that a lot of miners right now are located in Asia, specifically China. And this doesn't only affect Bitcoin, we also have the same problem in the EOS blockchain as well, where a majority of the block producers are located in Asia, located in China, in Japan, Singapore, Hong Kong. Basically, we also have the same thing happening in other blockchains as well. So does this make Bitcoin centralized in a way? This argument has been going on for quite some time, and it usually becomes a heated conversation between both camps. Now, this is not to say that people don't believe in Bitcoin or people think Bitcoin is fully centralized, but you just think that certain aspects of Bitcoin might or might not be centralized. So, to break this all down, we have Mr. Chris Ani, the CEO of Crypto Hub, to share his opinion on this.
Okay, the big question is Bitcoin centralized, and why do people say it? First of all, Bitcoin is decentralized. Bitcoin is decentralized. It's not centralized. Number one, there's no single party that makes a decision for Bitcoin. There's no single actor that makes a decision for Bitcoin. There's no one entity. It's based on consensus. Every agreement reached in Bitcoin, upgrade or whatever, is based on consensus. So Bitcoin is decentralized. We have, first of all, we have those who write the codes, who are the code developers. We have the node operators. There are over 150,000 node operators that are like servers that help to keep the miners honest. And they are in every part of the world. They are almost everywhere. In the even the 7 continents. You can't see their name, their phone number, but you can see the map, see them on the Bitcoin node map. Then we have the miners. Of course, a lot of people say Bitcoin miners, about 35 or 50% of them are in China. That is true and that is not true. There's a Bitcoin map that's shown mining from when Bitcoin started 2008. The truth is, mining is like fighting for market shares. So there was a time it was not China. There was a time it was another country. So the thing is, if your location gives you enough access to mine Bitcoin cheap and all that, then go for it. It's as simple as that. Go for it. So mining is not, people can say mining is centralized because we have Chinese guys running it and all that, but that's like, I would say, that's not the core, because miners can be rendered useless by just a change of code. Hence, the node operators keep the miners. Then there are the users. Then there are also users, the wallet users. So all these actors, miners, node operators, the devs, the wallet operators, the exchangers, the users, These five folks are the key consensus that keeps Bitcoin decentralized. So Bitcoin is not centralized. Bitcoin is decentralized. So mining, where people fault as centralized because of Chinese guys, is because they are taking advantage of that. It has been changed. There was a time it was Slush Pool. Slush was one of the biggest guys in the mining space. They took shares from him because if you don't upgrade, you miss out. So it's a fight for power. But the miners are useless if they change any code. So they are just there to secure the network, and this network is all over the world. So Bitcoin is not centralized. Thank you.
That was Chris Annie, and frankly, I personally believe that the core of Bitcoin is decentralized. The technology itself is decentralized. We have thousands of nodes running around the world, like Chris said, but at the same time, we have certain pockets, certain situations in which a large majority of people from a certain sector are controlling a certain aspect of the Bitcoin blockchain, basically. Now, I am not the judge of this. You guys will be the judge of it. You will decide if Bitcoin is centralized or not. This is mainly for information purpose, and in subsequent episodes we'll be expanding on this particular horizon. But for now, let's jump into the second topic, which basically boils down to Bitcoin not blockchain movement or blockchain not Bitcoin. Basically, this is saying that whether blockchain technology has transcended Bitcoin and as such is not reliant on Bitcoin anymore to succeed, or if the reverse is the case. So here with me, I have first Mr. Ajulu talking about his own opinion on that.
When it comes to the issue of Bitcoin not blockchain, I believe that's not a reasonable argument, because this is the blockchain that is making Bitcoin possible. Bitcoin is not existing on thin air. You understand? The blockchain is the source and the sustainer of Bitcoin. Without a blockchain, Bitcoin won't be running. So I believe people who are pushing this agenda are those who just merely believe that the only needed protocol is Bitcoin, or that other blockchain applications or projects does not have a say. And I believe if this kind of mentality is being portrayed and allowed to remain, it will stifle the innovation that is going to come from blockchain. Because if you check, whenever you're checking an innovation, you check what have happened in the previous innovation. The internet was the previous innovation for the blockchain. It was the internet that is making a blockchain possible. And when you check the internet, you will find out that the early days was mostly just used for websites and all that. It wasn't about until around the mid-2000s that we started seeing pure internet based products. Social media came on board because of the internet. So then if you were saying that the internet is just for websites and all that, you would have missed up on a whole different forms of application that the internet will have made possible. So the same thing happens with the blockchain. We know that Bitcoin is the first and all that, but also there is also other applications and there's also other uses that the blockchain can help people, and in other innovations that the blockchain can make possible. So I don't believe in the Bitcoin not blockchain movement. I think it's very, very short-sighted.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ajulu. Now, we also have Mr. Yomi dropping his own opinion on this topic, basically. And mind you, these are just opinions. You have to form your own opinion. You have to go out there and read. You have to understand how these things work. I'll also be dropping a list of links as well alongside this podcast for you to be able to understand where everyone is coming from. Now, mind you, everyone that's dropping their opinion has been in the crypto space for more than 2 years. Everybody is knowledgeable. They know what they're doing. Everybody knows the different aspects. And no one is wrong, because at the end of the day, everyone is viewing it from his or her own perspective according to how Bitcoin and blockchain has impacted them. Okay, now next up we have Mr. Yomi saying his own view about the Bitcoin not blockchain or blockchain not Bitcoin movements.
Good morning, Mr. Destiny. How are you doing? You asked me a question as regards Bitcoin, not blockchain movement. Okay, some individuals say that blockchain is not necessary, Bitcoin is all we need, while others say blockchain is tech zone and it has transcended BTC only. Okay, first is that I'm a student of what's his name now? I'm trying to remember this guy's name. Andres Antonopoulos, all right? And from the massive explanation that, okay, I understand, okay, someone like Chrisani now favors Bitcoin over blockchain, kind of, all right? And someone like this Dash ambassador, what's his name now? Nathaniel Luz favors the blockchain movement over Bitcoin, and then also promotes Dash more than Bitcoin and all that. Okay, first is that Bitcoin is the major revolution of all. That is, Bitcoin is what even made the blockchain technology available. From the studies I've done, from readings, because I'm someone that likes to read. I didn't just start out trading just like that. Just speak out. I need to make money and all that. I'm someone that likes to read. And from what my understanding, the Bitcoin, not blockchain movement. The truth is that Satoshi Nakamoto brought, introduced Bitcoin to the world, and it was brought in with the underlying technology, which is blockchain technology. All right, and now we have found out that we can use blockchain technology to work on its own aside BTC. All right, but then the truth is still that BTC is what ordered in blockchain tech. And okay, I'm trying to get your question again. Bitcoin is on how to say blockchain is a tech on its own, and really, there's no disparity in all this. If tomorrow BTC goes down, and there's another new thing is on ground, but which I know is not feasible, it's not possible, I will move. I'm not really like a maximalist max like that. You get. But then one thing is certain, that Satoshi Nakamoto ushered in the blockchain, the underlying technology via BTC. All right, so BTC has not transcended. So if we are bringing up an argument to say BTC has transcended the blockchain technology, or blockchain has transcended BTC, is a wrong argument on its own, because the technology itself was ushered in via Bitcoin. So the reason why we now know blockchain technology today, how it can now be applied to several things, all right, from health sector, agri sector, and all that, is because of the Bitcoin. And the next halving, see, Bitcoin is still going to about $3 million per one. The next halving, I will take the block to about 6.5. That will be mined per block, from 12.5, I think, or 12. Not sure now. All right, and it will take it to 6.5, hiking the price. All right, and making BTC go up the more. All right, so people arguing Bitcoin is all we need. I see arguments in the Cyber group, and I just read and pass. I don't just read and pass informative content alone. People arguing that Bitcoin is all we need, and people saying blockchain is tech on its own and BTC only. It's the wrong argument, all right? Because both are actually changing the world. Bitcoin has disrupted the economic system, all right? And then blockchain tech can now be used for different sectors. And the transparency, all right, how that I can be in Germany, go to the hospital in Germany, and the doctor in Germany will just have all my health details without contacting my doctor in Nigeria. Do you understand? Seamless health information to agri, to what have you, electronics, to several things, to politics, stuff like that. So I believe that there's nothing like Bitcoin has transcended the blockchain tech, because it's first a baseless argument. You get Bitcoin ushered in the blockchain technology. All right, so Bitcoin on its own has its advantages, and it will continue to have. Though there's some issues with Bitcoin, but the truth is there anything that don't have disadvantage? There's nothing. There's nothing that stands aloof without disadvantages. And then it's something that will be perfected over time. All right, and the blockchain tech has its own advantages. I don't party with any of the people that say, oh, Bitcoin is above blockchain and blockchain above Bitcoin. It's a baseless argument and a lack of understanding when someone says that. Do you understand, sir? All right, so that's my view on it. All right, do you understand, sir?
Thank you very much, Mr. Yomi. It's been very great having you here. For those who are just tuning in, we are talking about blockchain and cryptocurrency, specifically if Bitcoin is centralized or not. And the second topic, is blockchain more important than Bitcoin, or is Bitcoin more important than blockchain? Today, we have had 3 individuals say their own opinion about these topics. What is left is for you, the listeners, to go ahead and read up about blockchain, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, and every other thing related to the industry. It's just different people having different perspectives depending on how they got into the space and what they feel the space is all about. Some people feel Bitcoin and blockchain and crypto is only suited for finances, while others feel that we can transcend this to as far as law, health, storage, cloud, and so many other places. Basically, each to his or her own. With that said, this is the end of today's episode of the Boss Podcast. It's been awesome having everyone here, including the speakers, Ajulu, Chris Ani, and Mr. Yomi. Thank you very, very much. Once again, my name is Destiny, and next week we'll also be bringing another banging episode of the Boss Podcast. Thank you. Take care.